Hi, welcome to my video on parallel lines. Parallel lines. A transversal is a line that intersects two other lines. So notice L intersects M and N, so L is a transversal. Notice that T intersects A and B, so T is a transversal. Practice. Let's pick out the transversals. Name the transversals in each. So the line that intersects the two other lines is P. B intersects A and C. And F intersects D and E. A line that intersects two other lines is called a transversal. In this diagram, this T is a transversal. So T is cutting A and B. The interior angles are inside the lines A and B. So if you have a line A and B, these angles inside of here are called the interior angles. The interior angles of the lines A and B are, the interior angles are 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just using the numbers for the angles now. So that 3 means that angle there, and 6 means that angle there. So the exterior angles are outside the lines A and B. So here's the two lines, A and B. Here's the transversal. So the exterior angles are outside of these two lines, out here. 1, 2, 7, and 8. So, practice. Name the interior angles and the exterior angles for this diagram. So this is the transversal. These two lines here, the interior angles are inside. 1, 6, 3, 4. 1, 6, 3, 4. And the exterior angles are 2, 5, 8, and 7. So 2, 5, 8, and 7. No particular order. So inside, 1, 6, 3, 4. Outside, 2, 5, 8, 7. So that's interior and exterior angles. And we'll be using that quite often in this video. So we have different names of angles pertaining to these lines cut by a transversal. We have what we call alternate interior angles. Two interior angles, non-adjacent, that are on opposite sides of the transversal. They form a Z. A Z. So if you form a Z with, like that, we have alternate interior. Alternate means to move across the transversal. So think about it. We have a transversal T, two lines, so they're interior angles. Here's the interior angles, so they're alternate, moving across the transversal. So the pairs are 1 and 4 are alternate interior. 2 and 3 are alternate interior. They're pairs of alternate interior angles cut by a transversal. B, we have two lines cut by a transversal. A is a transversal, so the alternate interior angles are 3, 4, 5, and 8. So alternate means to alternate across the transversal. So it's 3 and 5, 4 and 8. Alternate interior. Practice. We have these two diagrams now. Pause the video and see if you can pick out the alternate interior angles in each of these diagrams. The interior angles are C, D, E, and F. So alternate interior is C and E. Alternate interior, another pair, is F and D. Interior angles that alternate across, to alternate from one side to the other of the transversal. Number 2, T is the transversal. So the interior angles are 7, 5, 4, and 3. So the alternate interior are 5 and 3, 4 and 7. Alternate interior angles. We also have what we call alternate exterior angles. So again, the word exterior. They are exterior angles that alternate across the transversal. And you say they're non-adjacent because if you think about it, the word non-adjacent, that these are adjacent angles because they have a common vertex right here. They have a common side and they're adjacent. So they're non-adjacent. Alternate exterior on opposite side of transversal. So here's the exterior angles. Pairs are 1 and 3, 2 and 4. Alternate exterior. Exterior angles that move across the transversal. If G is a transversal here, then the alternate exterior are 9 is with 8 and 12 is with 7. Notice I number the angles at different numbers, but that doesn't make a difference as long as you know. I just use different numbers, not to use 1 to 8 all the time. Practice. Name the alternate interior angles in this set. A is a transversal. Therefore, the alternate interior angle to 7 is 3. The alternate exterior angle to 7 is 3. Alternate exterior to 2 is 8. Again, repeat. These are the interior angles. 2, 3, 7, and 8 are exterior. To alternate exterior angles moving across the transversal. Let's continue. Same side interior angles. Same side interior, so there's interior angles on the same side. That means on the same side of the transversal. So if you think of L as the transversal, then the same side interior angles is 1 and 4, 2 and 3. Alternate means to move across. That would be 1, 3, 2, 4. But on the same side would be 1, 4, 2, 3. B, T is a transversal, cutting the two lines. So therefore, the same side interior would be A and C and X and Y. Again, alternate interior would be A and Y. Alternate would be X and C. Alternate exterior would be 1 and 3. Alternate exterior would be 4 and 2. But we want same side interior. Same side. We also have another type of angle called the corresponding. Two angles, non-adjacent, on the same side of the transversal. One is exterior, one is interior. So we have interior angles here. We have exterior angles 1, 5, 4, 8. But the corresponding angles they're not all interior, they're not all exterior. One is interior, one is exterior. So if you pick an interior and an exterior on the same side, so the pairs are 1 and 6. 1 is interior, 6 is exterior. 1 and 6. If you take 5 and 3, they're on the same side, but 1 is exterior, 1 is interior. If you take 5 and 3, 5 is exterior and 3 is interior. So corresponding angles are on the same side, but 1 is exterior, 1 is interior. And we also have 2 and 4. 2 is interior, 4 is exterior. And there's another pair, 7 and 8. 7 is interior, 8 is exterior. So corresponding angles are on the same side of the transversal. They're not alternate across. Same side, but one is interior, one is exterior. Practice. Pause the video and see if you can fill these in correctly. Corresponding angles in this diagram, again, if you see that this is the transversal, that's cutting these other two lines. So if you pick 7, which is exterior, has to be an interior of 4 on the same side. If you pick 3, then you have to go with 1 to be corresponding, exterior with an interior on the same side. If you pick 2, which is interior, you have to go with 8, which is exterior. And you go with 6 and 5. 6 and 5. On the same side, one is interior, one is exterior. And number 2, name the angle which corresponds to 5 in this diagram. Notice A is the transversal, you're told, cuts 2 lines. So corresponding to angle 5 would be angle 8. You want to put the angle there. And if you corresponding to 3, 3 is exterior, we need an interior, 4. And 6 is interior, we need to correspond with angle 1. Interior, exterior on the same side. And if we have 7 as interior, we need an exterior, which is 2 on the same side. And you can't pick these two because they're both interiors. And you can't pick 5 because they're adjacent. So one is exterior, one is interior, and it's got to be on the same side. But again, that's interior, exterior, but they're adjacent. You can't pick those. They form 180 degrees. So it has to be 7 and 2. So that's the corresponding angles. Let's keep practicing. Here we go. Using the numbers, state each. Here we go. We got a diagram. T is a transversal. Corresponding angle to 1. Corresponding to 1 would be 5. Vertically opposite angle to 5. Vertically opposite angle to 5 would be 4. Alternate interior to angle 3. Alternate interior means to move across the transversal and their interior, so it's 8. Same side interior angle to 7. They're on the same side of the transversal and they're both interior, so it's 8. Alternate exterior to 6 would be, alternate exterior would be 2. So note, did you get them right? Every time you see the word practice, remember, you pause your video, work out your answers, and see if you get them right. B, using the diagram below, name each angle. H is a transversal. So here we go. So remember, the video, pause your video, work these out to see if you're going to get the answers. And that would be true for this one also, because this whole page is a practice. An angle adjacent and interior to E. Here's an angle adjacent and interior to E. Interior and adjacent would be F. An alternate exterior angle to angle C. Alternate exterior would be a V. Alternate exterior on the same side as A. An angle exterior on the same side as A. Exterior on the same side as A would be V. Corresponding angle to B. Corresponding means on the same side, one is interior, one is exterior, X. Angles interior and non-adjacent to D. Interior and non-adjacent. So these are the interior angles, but these two angles are adjacent. So the interior angles and non-adjacent would be E and F. Note the word, see, V and X are adjacent. F and X are adjacent. A and C are adjacent. B and C are adjacent. So notice you have interior angles that are non-adjacent. So it's E and F because B and D are adjacent. Same side interior angle F. Same side interior angle to F. Interior angles are here. On the same side interior would be B. Vertically opposite angle to A. Vertically opposite is across from vertical angles is B. Correct the statement. Angle 2 and 4 are corresponding. 2 and 4 are not corresponding. They're alternate exterior. Alternate, EXT, exterior. ALT for alternate. 5 and 3 are alternate interior. 5 and 3 are alternate interior? Nope. 5 and 3 are alternate. 5 and 3 are alternate exterior. Nope. So they're alternate interior. They're across from, but they're inside. Alternate interior. So that's just correcting our statement. Let's move on. Parallel lines never intersect. They are the same perpendicular distance apart. Symbol for parallel lines is two strokes up and down very close to each other. Note, if AX a line parallel to BY, then AB is equal to XY. Because these are perpendicular lines right here, and because these two lines are parallel to each other, so I can mark them as one stroke like that to be parallel. That means that these perpendicular distance between these two lines are the same. Two lines are parallel to each other, like this one right here and this one are parallel. And the perpendicular distance between these two, no matter where I go, the perpendicular distance, the perpendicular lines are equal. Arrows are used to show two lines parallel. So notice I got two arrows on this one and two arrows on this one. Those lines are parallel. Here I have one arrow here and one arrow here. These two lines are parallel. So I use the arrows to indicate the parallel lines. If two parallel lines are cut by transversal, the corresponding angles are equal. T is a transversal. So here we have the two lines. Notice I'm saying if L is parallel to M, here by this statement, then the corresponding angles are equal. So if these two lines are parallel, the corresponding angles are equal. The corresponding angle is 1 and 5, 2 and 6, 4 and 8, 3 and 7. Notice corresponding angles is interior, exterior, and they're equal when the lines are parallel. If A is parallel to B given here, then the corresponding angles are is the interior, exterior. Interior, exterior, right here, 1 and 3. Corresponding angles are equal. Which pair of corresponding angles are equal in this diagram? One is interior, one is exterior. You have angle 1 equals angle 6. Corresponding angles is interior, exterior on the same side. If two parallel lines are cut by transversal, the alternate interior angles are equal. Alternate interior is across the transversal and are on the inside. So these two lines are parallel because of the arrows indicating. The alternate interior angle to 1 is 4, and the alternate interior angle to 2 is 3. They're equal. Which pair are equal? If they're alternate interior, so you have 3 and 7. Which pair of angles are equal? Alternate interior here. So notice that's the parallel line to that one because of the arrows. And alternate interior would be this one and this one. It would be 3 and 5. Notice they're on the inside. So it's hard to see that if you think about it, because you got a line like that. And there it is. So what you have is, you get that coming down there, that's a 3. So if you took this one away, you'd see that there they are right there. So this is alternate interior with these two parallel lines. What makes it confusing, this line is right here and is not extended up. Just be careful. Take a while to get used to it. If two parallel lines are cut by transversal, the alternate exterior angles are equal. So notice all the angles we named, interior, alternate exterior, corresponding, these angles are equal. Alternate exterior angles equal here. The lines are parallel by the two strokes. And alternate exterior angle to 1 is 7. Alternate exterior angle to 4 is 5. They're equal. Which alternate exterior angles are equal? So alternate exterior, that's exterior. Alternate is this one, but we don't have it. 2 and 3 would be the correct answer. That's the pair of angles that are equal. Their alternate exterior angles equal. If parallel lines are cut by transversal, the same side interior angles are supplementary. So if these two lines are parallel, correct, by the arrows, the same side interior angles are supplementary. So that means these are on the same side. So angle 2 is supplementary to angle 7. And angle 3 is supplementary to angle 8. These angles are not equal. These are equal. They're alternate interior. They're alternate interior, but the same side. So if this angle here is 100, that angle is 80. And if that angle there is 100, that's 80. So these are 80, pretend. These would be 100. They're equal. So 100 and 80, 80 and 100. Parallel lines right here. We have what angles add up to 180? They would be 2 and 3. The same side interior angles would add up to 180. Same side interior angles would add up to 180. Same side interior angles. Practice. State the reason why 6 is equal to 7 because of the vertically opposite. Why is 8 equal to 6? Because they're corresponding angles. Why is 1 equal to 3? Because they're alternate exterior. 3 alternate exterior. 8 and 6 interior exterior. Why is 2 and 5 add up to 180? Because they're the same side interior angles. And why is 4 equal to 2? Because they're alternate interior. 2 and 4 are across and they're equal because of the alternate interior. Notice I'm taking abbreviations. And the last page is a practice. So what you can do is pause your video and work all these out. Let's go through. If that angle is 60, then that angle A is 120 because that's a straight angle. If that angle is 60, then X is 60 because of vertically opposite angles equal when two lines intersect. And angle Y is 60 because corresponding angles are equal. So if that angle there is 120, this one is 60 because it's a straight angle, or it's equal because of vertically opposite. Y is equal to this one right here because of corresponding, or is equal to this one because of alternate interior. Number 2, notice we got these two lines parallel by this stroke, and these two lines are parallel by this stroke. So if this is 50, then this angle is 50, VOAT, vertically opposite angles. And if that's 50, then B is 50. Two reasons. They're corresponding angles, or they're alternate interior. So you can get, if you put the 50 here, you can go alternate interior, or you can go corresponding. And if you get 50 right here, then you got 50 here because that's interior exterior. So F is 50 by corresponding. And if you put 50 there because they're corresponding angles, then they're alternate interior because these lines are parallel now. So these are alternate interiors. So E is 50. And let's go with number 3. Parallel lines right here given. And we got 110 here. So that means that angle there is 70 because 180. So that's 70. T is 70 because of alternate interior. And if that's 70, H is 110. Two reasons. There's a straight angle right here, 70 and 110, or corresponding angles are equal. So H is equal to 110. And if that's 110, then this is a 70 for two reasons. Vertically opposite angles equal, or you have 180 straight angle here. Now, you've got two sides of a triangle equal, so the angles opposite those sides are equal. So that Y there is 70 degrees. Two sides equal, angles opposite those sides are equal, so Y is 70. And 70 and 70 is 140, so V must be 40 to add up to 180. Two sides equal, two angles equal. Base angles of an isosceles triangle. Number 4, we have these two lines parallel to each other. If we do, these are, if you think about it, it's like this line is coming down through, and I'm trying to get, there's a 72 and there's the B, but there's B right there. So you got a parallel line here and here. So you can see that these are corresponding angles. So B is 72. C is 61 because they're corresponding angles. And that's an exterior, that's an interior on the same, this is the transversal. And A is 72, add on 61 is 133. That means 180 minus that gives me a 47. So A is 47 because the angles of a triangle add up to 180. Or you can take 61, 72, and 47 in this big triangle. And if that's 47, then this angle here is this 133 because that's a straight angle. Look around, keep looking, be vigilant. Parallel lines right here. So if that's 130, this angle is 50. And if that's a 50, they're parallel lines. And if that's perpendicular right there, then that one is perpendicular there because they're alternate interior. So X is a 90. And if that's a 90 and that's a 50, then that's 140. So this angle right here is 100. This angle right here is a 40, sorry. Because 180 in the triangle. And B is 140 because it's a straight angle. And Y is equal to 40 because of VOAT, vertically opposite angles. And A, you got a 90 and a 40, so A is going to be, and I don't have the A written in, let's put angle A in. Angle A is 40, 90, 100. So 40 and 930, so A is 50 degrees. Omitted the A, but I didn't have to. I could have left it off. Number 6, we have parallel lines again. We have two sides equal, so that's an 80. Angle A equals angle B, so 180 minus 80 gives you 100. 100 divided by 2 gives me 50. So A is 50 and B is 50. Because the isosceles triangle, two sides equal, two angles equal. And notice that this is alternate interior. There's the parallel line. There's the transversal. This is moving across the transversal. So if that's 50, C is 50. And if A and D are also alternate interior because there's the transversal cutting down through. There's your parallel lines. So if you ignore this side right here, you can see your parallel line here, parallel line here. There's your alternate interior. So that's 50. And number 7, we have parallel lines right here. You see the arrows. We have two sides equal, so we have angles equal. So, we got no angles. But if you look around, we got that equals that equals that. So that means all sides are equal, all angles are equal. So that means A is 60 because it's equilateral. B is 60 because it's equilateral. That means C is 60 because if all the sides are equal, all the angles are equal. So 180 divided by 3 gives you 60. So all these angles are 60. So angle A is 60, X is 120 because of the straight angle. And these angles are, these are parallel lines. So this angle right here is equal to this one, alternate interior. So Y is 60 because of alternate interior. And if that's 60 and that's 60, then this is 60 because it's 180 through here. So V is 60. And if that's 60 and that's 60, that's 120. So that's a 60 because of 180. And R, that's 60, that's 120. That brings us to the end of the angles. If you like my video, click on the like button, the subscribe button, my notification bell. Write a comment on my video if you wish, and visit my math website at mathfullyexplained.com. And in there you'll have sections on me, which talks about my degrees and teaching experience. My section on video talks about my teaching strategies you're going to use. And the section on content has the topics and the number of videos that I'm going to have on each topic. And also the black content is what's online right now. And the black font is what's online right now. And the red font is what will be online in the near future. Thank you very much.